We're going to call the order at 5 o'clock. We could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance
To the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Move right on to item C, which is public comment. We offer both in-person and virtual public comment. Deferring to in-person first. I don't think we have anybody for comment with us today. So anybody online? Kat?
I do not see anybody online.
Nope. Okay. All right. So then we will move right on to item D. We have a motion to approve the March 19, 2025 minutes. Motion? Discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We'll move right on to item E, which is correspondence received 3/17/2025 through 4/14/2025. We just have one item in our agenda packet. This was actually a follow-up from a previous meeting. So we did receive correspondence from TSKP Studio in response to our inquiry on the tennis court lighting. So that was included in the packet for review. So we want to give everybody an opportunity to review that response. I certainly open that up for any thoughts, questions, anything else we want to discuss around the response we received. And if anybody needs a minute to take a look, that's fine too.
I could read it out loud.
Would you like to stand in
Voice,
the
if
middle
you'd
of
like.
the?
Voice overs. Memos on tape.
Thoughts or questions on the results? Anything you want to add, Kat, to the conversation on this, or?
No, I mean, we had the discussion over a little bit over a month ago. We asked for a formal response. This is the formal response that we received. We've talked offline about it as well. So, I think it was just an opportunity for you guys to, respond to the questions that were raised by the committee.
Yeah, if anyone later has questions, you can pull me aside or reach out to our office. Fine. I would suggest cornering Archana. No, in all jokingness aside, I mean, it is a serious issue and it's a good question this committee raised. So if you have any follow-ups, we're happy to discuss it.
All right, we will move right on to item F, which is reports. So nothing specific from me for chair report today. So we'll move right on to town council liaison report.
I just would like to report that our annual town meeting to go over the budget is on this coming Monday, the 21st at 7 in the auditorium here. And then we'll have the referendum after that. I'm gonna remember exactly the referendum.
May 1st.
That's it.
Any questions for Sarah? Other than we both got the memo on the.
I know, right? I
outfits.
was thinking that, oh my God.
Something, we are very close
You
today.
have to get picture together.
I know.
That's what we do in our office one.
Just need to wear dark pants and I'm good. All right, we'll move right on to Board of Education liaison report.
I think there's anything other than budget vote and coming up after the town meeting, and hope that all goes smoothly. But nothing from the Board of Ed specific to this. It's good.
Any questions for that? All right, 1928 building committee liaison report.
Yep, the committee met on the 25th, and as you can see, there's work being done. The clean demolition abatement has been completed. There were really no significant unanticipated items discovered. Some columns were not included in previous drawings, some ductwork will be required, that'll be reflected in some change orders. Generally, the structural issues are flowing well and everything's going well. Framing is starting on the third floor, working its way down. You'll see that the windows are removed and boarded up, and right around now and going forward, we'll start working on the addition area. So progress is being made.
Great. All right, any questions for Chris? No? All right, we'll move on to project management contingency report, Russ.
Process the more and more change orders. And then we'll get more into the discussion about those, and the contingency log has been updated, and we can talk a little bit more about that after that, how much you can do that contingency log on.
Something that makes sense now based on the agenda, I think, right? Yeah, I think it might, yeah, now it'd be good.
So we're still in good shape. And the high school. Pay for construction management money. The central office is not so good. We're a little in the hole with an anticipated in order to cover some of the zeros that you see. We had a meeting, Davis with Emily Sippin Monday. Fine. So what we're gonna do is get together, we're gonna get together with Nelson and Jesse, and we'll talk about, or Jessica will talk about moving some of the construction manager money to cover the cost in the central office overruns. That would be the easiest thing to do, without going to having to go to the state. She basically said that you can't transfer money from this project to that, but we can use construction manager money for contingency for that. We're in good shape financially. It's just, I think that big change order at the beginning to redesign the central office, ate up most of that money. With that, only a little bit in deficit. So that's what the biggest change was.
Everybody kind of clear on that? Remember, obviously they had to manage these both separately. They were two separate projects, which the way we actually started this whole process. So we always had our eye on that contingency for central office anyways, especially as we started to progress through the project. It was tough, right? The work that was requested had to be done up front without really knowing what was to come. So it sounds like we have a solution, and then I'm assuming by the time we get together next time, we should understand the full conclusion.
Yeah,
Of being able to cover that.
yeah, that's why I leave it as it is for now.
Yes,
And I think we keep moving forward and then just make one transfer after.
Yeah, we want to wait and see, because there's some on the contingency log, still some $0 forecasted change orders. We want to kind of get a better idea, so we're only moving money once and not doing it multiple times. So we'll manage that and work with O&G and see when's the appropriate time to make that change.
anybody have any questions on that one? I mean, it's just important for us all to understand how we're gonna manage through that. Again, we're not looking at, I don't think at this point, a huge deficit, but it is something that we need to make sure we manage through. Okay, anything else on contingency logs for us that we should be aware of?
Like I said, we're in very good shape, so.
Okay, any other questions for Russ on contingency? All right, let's go on to architect report.
Everything's progressing. We'll see central office here shortly. This summer, they'll segue over to the new grandstands. So that will be the last big piece to be put into place, and then you'll get your campus back.
Any questions? Okay, we'll go right on to construction manager report.
Site work is 70% complete. I have Lucio, the site contractor, remobilized 324. They're plugging shut in, they're doing that lower lot down by the
Yeah.
library. they're reclaiming that. The high school is 100% complete. We're doing punch lists this week while the kids are out of school. We did get the, final commissioning and tab reports, and we're just reviewing them, and if we have any comments, we'll get back with the commissioning agent. And then it'll be distributed. Central office, like, Michael said, we'll be seeing that shortly. That's 98% complete. Well, actually, it's a little more. They're final cleaning right now. Curtain walls are all installed. Punch list is 50%. They're working on whatever incomplete items they have on the punch list now. Commissioning's complete. Tab is in process. The field house, Russ, I do have that PCO for the improvements in the field house. And I have the PCO for the vestibule too. TCO is pending. Tennis courts, 98% complete. They're
They're
probably
actually-
more.
They're done, but they have to sit for 2-3
2
weeks before you actually use them.
We're gonna tentatively turn them over on the 21st. The pay app is, draw number 33. We reviewed it with TSKP. We reduced Red Thread and Lockheed for their attic stock and Ferguson for their allowance. They were missing some backup, and we didn't release any additional retainage this month.
Any questions? Exciting about the tennis court. Yeah, it is a good time, that's right. Okay, all right, let's move on to owner's rep move manager report.
Been doing some periodic inspections and follow up. Next week, the plan is to do the back punching along with TSKP in the central office, and then I'll be coming in at night and checking the punch list items complete here in the high school.
Any questions? All right. We will move right through communication subcommittee report, financial subcommittee report. Nothing in addition, I don't think, other than what we have discussed already. So we reviewed contingency laws. We are going to obviously walk through all invoices, change orders, all of those items in our upcoming agenda item. We also did a preliminary review of the response from TSKP. So all of that is reviewed and discussed. I don't think there's anything else
Nope.
in addition for financial subcommittee. So that just leaves us anything for financial report, or we're all
No
set?
report.
So nothing there as well. Okay. All right, we'll move right on to new business then. So first item G1, that the motion to approve the following invoice package for Farmington High School as presented. Discussion?
I have to do the minutes too. So I'm a little slow. Multitasking. So the first one is from TSKP. This is their professional services rendered through March 31st for construction administration in the amount of $42,000. The next one is O&G's application in the amount of $553,744.59. Jessica just mentioned some of those. I don't know if there was anything else around the pay app, Jess, or just it's been reviewed by everybody and the finance subcommittee as well. So next we have project manager. This is Russ's hours for the month in the amount of $6,223.36. And as always, it has all of the weekly timesheets attached. Next, we have Vintage King. This is technology. This is kind of finalizing their PO. They've sent a couple of invoices. We recently increased their PO amount a few months ago. This is in the amount of $1,970. These items have been received and Matt Ross has signed off on payment. Next is Atlas. This is for asbestos and PCB abatement and remediation monitoring. That was associated with the high school. That was through, this is their invoice through April 4th, in the amount of $966.70. Then we're gonna move on to change orders. So first one, Russ, is 169.
This is from the change to the ground base CMU, the piping in the wall. That was alternate 5, for $48,267 being applied with construction manager contingent. 2.2. We made the metal post, flooring at the new wall. Being for $2,860 applied to the construction manager contingency. PCO 229. Staff in the office, in the main office, there was a change for the test unit, had to also rearrange some millwork and power for $1,186. PCO 230, we had to revise the projection screen, move it out a little bit, for the baseboard radiator for $390. PCO 231, we had to add a backflow preventer to meet building codes in the wood shop for $3,191, and that's being applied to the construction manager contingency as well.
Any questions? Right, all in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. On to item G2, can I have a motion to approve the following invoice package for central office as presented? Motion. Second. Discussion.
So the first invoice here is Arcadis. This is for work on central office. Those of you that are on the finance subcommittee, this is a revised invoice from the one that was initially submitted. They are bringing somebody onto the project, and they were initially shadowing Chris. They inadvertently billed us for those hours. So we have modified, the invoice to reflect Chris's hours. So this is in the amount of $2,430. And then we have a couple change orders. $217.
We had to add additional signage for the outside of the building based on the police station, police review. And I don't think people want the number, but they want the room in high school. At $1,396. Central office. UCO 232, this is to relocate power and data and millwork in the central office. Because it's bringing furniture up from the main office. Dan says we got a special outlet. $18,460.
Thanks, guys.
Should have minutes note that.
Those USB-C ports, really.
Big out.
All right, any questions?
What was the number you gave for the first one?
There's a little typo in the agenda.
Oh, okay.
Looking
On both numbers, I'm like, no, they don't-
Guys, I
okay.
can't function without Devin.
You did a good job.
Sure,
man.
you got that
You did a
right,
good
'cause that's a
job.
lot higher.
Yeah,
That's-
That will be reflected in the minutes. Yeah.
Donnie brought that typo up and not Russ.
Trying, guys.
I don't remember that.
Trying to figure out what I missed.
I'm sitting there looking at it going.
Oh, it's not $22,000.
Yes,
It's
correct.
$1,396. Yeah.
All right.
Gonna blame me on
Close. Close.
That's what,
You just saved the
I
project
know,
a ton of
look
money.
I was just trying to set it up for some savings. You're welcome.
All
All right, good catch, everyone.
I bought it on sale.
I had to breeze over it.
What's
I
that?
had to breeze over it. Did I set the number, the value?
Yeah, I saw the look.
Yeah, I saw the look and I was like, why is he staring at me?
Waiting for a punchline.
Okay, all right, so we are approving the invoice package with the adjustment to the dollar amount for PCO 217 to $1,396. All in favor?
Hi.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right, then we will go to our next item. So could I have a motion to approve the attached quote for United Ag and Turf in the amount of $2,534.54.
Second.
Discussion?
Talking with Sam, we've been having quite a bit with everything going on and walking around. They requested to add this mowing section to their existing traffic. With a lot of additional green space that they had, that the school is gonna have to maintain. It's cheaper to buy this deck unit instead of buying a whole new mower. So that's why we're on the, buy it directly from United Ag and Turf over in six. Basically, easy connection, easy on, easy off, once it's set up, for the amount of $2,534.54. But the reason is, there's been a long-standing agreement between the Board of Ed and the town. Inside a curb line is the Board of Ed, outside is the town. We're gonna change that to integrate to take over the field mowing. So they're giving them-
And once you got me the outlets.
So that's basically what it is, because the Board of Ed takes under, basically around the building. With the increase in green space around the building, this will make it more efficient for them.
Okay, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right, we'll move on to other business, one last item. So I am going to ask for a motion to cancel our 5/7 building committee meeting.
So,
Second. All in favor?
aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes, so we'll make sure, cancel that. And then we are gonna move right on to item I. So we are actually going to leave our location here, actually go over for a tour. Oh, sorry, guys, go ahead. Tour of, central office for the building committee members only, and then, we'll actually adjourn once we complete the tour there for the meeting. So we're not gonna adjourn in this room right now.
But the Zoom will end.
Right.
We're not gonna, sorry, Michael.
No,
Okay.
For today.
walk
We
around.
don't have our own camera.
Just walk around the camera.
We'll FaceTime you.
Exactly.
From my new office with the outlet.
Yeah, we'll plug
Great.
it.
Yeah.
That's referred to the, we have a change order, proposed change order for the existing field house. It's good timing for that. We got the numbers in, it's about $65,000 for what we're gonna propose. It's to do a little minor facelift to the existing locker room. And you'll see when you go down there, a lot of the stuff is after 20+ years, it's broken, a little dilapidated. And then you see the new field house, and then you walk into the existing field house, you kind of get that little like, uh-oh, what did we not do here? So I just wanted to bring it to come and touch base with you asked before I didn't think, but we went through it, talked with Matt Martorelli. He's very persuasive. And when you see it, you'll agree. Like, I think you'll understand what we want to do. It is really cosmetic. I mean, it's still a lot of money, but it's put new wood up and basically doing some painting, new ceiling. The floor remains, but it's just basically to give it a little bit of spruce with, like I said, ceiling, some wood and new paint.
And the field house is part of the high school project, right? Because this aligns with that curriculum and that ed spec, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so it stays, that funding stays with us.
Okay.
But I just wanted to
Thanks.
bring that up, so because there was a question you had. But after you go through it and see it, you'll pictures worth more than 1,000 words. You'll really hit home. That's why I wanted to bring it up here and then go down.
All right, thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.